Welcome back. If you didn't watch the last video, which was about learning the basics of Dead Exit, then you might want to jump over and watch that first. If you think you're good to learn the basics of strategy in the game, then let's get cracking. Understanding the game hopefully begins simply enough. There are three overarching strategies involved in winning Dead Exit: attacking, defending, and collecting. Attacking will beat collecting, as it prevents the other player from having room to play outside to collect cards, and simply taking from the city deck will leave them overrun pretty quickly, so the player is forced to switch to defending. Defending will ultimately overcome attacking, as it wastes the attacker's cards while slowly building up your own resources, although not as quickly as collecting. Therefore, collecting will beat defending, as the rate of collection will be greater than that of a person defending, but it does leave you open to an attacking player. To complicate matters a little further, there is also a fourth sub-strategy, helping. This can support any of the other strategies, but overusing it will almost certainly cost you the game. Sometimes helping is unavoidable, so the question becomes who to help, but other times you might want to use it to ward off someone from attacking you, or even for a little sleight of hand. You'll just have to judge your opponents and how they will react to your help. As you can imagine, since each of the main three strategies is the foil of another one of the main strategies, it's not necessarily a great idea to stick to a single strategy for the entire game. That's fine though, because you don't even have to stick to a single strategy for a single turn, as you have three actions. You can attack, defend and collect all in one turn, depending on which cards you play and where you play them. So let's look at a few cards and see how they employ these various strategies. The hero is a survivor focused on defense, regardless of how you use him. He kills the dead at your base. But a secondary function has the chance to collect a survivor when played outside, making him also slightly a collection character, or move survivors back into your hand if he's played inside or sacrificed, which is an additional defensive action. Alternatively, the gambler is a survivor very focused on the collection strategy. He wants stuff. Each of his actions is about collecting cards, whether that is from the city deck, another player, or the scrap. The convict surprisingly is well rounded and has all three strategies built into his card. His outside action, while attacking in nature as it takes from another player, is primarily a collection action, as it's stealing a card and putting it in your stockpile. His inside action is almost the opposite of that. It defends your base by preventing other players from stealing from your stockpile. His sacrifice action is a simple attack which kills him and another survivor, but places them both inside that player's base. Most cards are like the convict in that they incorporate at least two of the three main strategies. This means that regardless of your starting cards, you will have the option to mix up your strategies from the beginning. Ultimately, victory is usually achieved by switching among the three strategies tactically and paying attention to the strategies that your opponents are using. Hope that little introduction to basic strategy was helpful. In the next video I'm going to talk about synergy, or in other words, how multiple cards can be played in sequence to kick ass. Bye for now.